Hi everybody, Carmen here with Quality Sewing, and for today's How Do I, we are going to talk about embroidering holiday towels. So this one's about done, but I'm going to take you through the process of embroidering on towels. And this could be a terry cloth towel, this could be a flour sack towel, a tea towel, really any sort of towel. Because I don't know about you, but I do love decorating for the holidays, but I like decorating in a really simple way, and it can be really fun to just take a towel that you already own or just buy a simple new towel and embroider your own message, either to decorate your bathroom, or maybe you want to have some fun holiday towels in your kitchen, or these can also make excellent gifts. A holiday towel can also be a really fun hostess gift. Maybe you know something, maybe you have a catchphrase you say with a friend. Whatever it is, you can embellish that towel and bring it as a hostess gift, or you can even make a full set of towels for many different holiday occasions, whether that be for Christmas or maybe someone's getting married. There are so many ways that you can use towels with embroidery for gifts. But today we're going to sort of focus on holiday cheer because it is December and that just feels like the timely thing to do. So I'm going to set this aside here. And you can see sort of behind me over here, I do have some different fun holiday things that I will show you at the end because there's some new embroidery designs from OESD that are all holiday focused. And then I have some different towels that are embroidered so you can get some different inspiration for some different types of towels. But first, let's just get to the meat of it and talk through how do we get set up for a towel? Because a towel is often sort of thick, right? So the towel here, we'll use this one here. This towel is sort of thick. It has some pile. So how do we make sure that it's going to embroider well? Because what we don't want to have happen is we don't want those embroidery designs, like the stitches, to get like lost in the pile of the towel, right? That would be a bummer because it just doesn't look very good or professional. So the first thing we want to do is we want to pick which hoop size that we want to use. So I am just using the 9.5 by 9.5 hoop. I'm using the Baby Lock All Tear today, and it has a really lovely, even has a bigger hoop than this that it comes with, but I really like square hoops because they're just so easy to use. And so I have already put in this hoop some Floriani Perfect Stick Tearaway, and that's what this is here. This is just one of our favorites. The Floriani Perfect Stick Tearaway is a great product. And what this product does for you is right now, like if I was to peel this so you could see it here, this side is sticky. And this is like a paper side. So the very first tip I'll give you is make sure you hoop it the right way. I know this is super embarrassing, but I have literally hooped this upside down before and then tried to score it and pull it apart and then realized that my sticky was on the bottom, which isn't real helpful or I had paper on the top, right? So you want to make sure you have it right. So I always sort of peel an edge and do a quick tacky test. Yes, this is sticky, so I have it the right way. Then, so you hoop it, and then you are just going to score it. So I'm just using a scissor here. You can use a pin, whatever you are most comfortable doing. And then I'm just going to use that little scissor here to pull up an edge. And then all I'm doing is I'm just pulling this apart. And there's different methodologies for how to do this. I like to keep the sticky off my hoop, so that way my hoop doesn't get sticky. And that is also the advantage of doing of using this as opposed to a adhesive spray. Oftentimes people will use those sprays, and those are great, but then your hoop gets sort of sticky. This way the stick sort of stays right here. So now I have this in here, and now I want to hoop my towel. So when I am hooping a towel, I tend to just do a lot of finger pressing. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm just going to flip this over, and I want to sort of know where the center of my towel is, right? And so there's two ways to do this. You can just finger press it, and then if it has a nice crease, flip it over. The other way you can do it is you can finger press it where it is the right sides together, because then you can just lay what is your center point marked right here in the center point of your hoop. Let me fold this up so you can maybe see a bit better. But almost all of the hoops have a little center point marker here. And so this way I have made sure my towel is folded in half, and I'm laying it along that line, and then I'm just going to flip it over. And of course, with all hooping, I highly recommend that you stand up and stand in front of it. is always way better than what I'm trying to show you here. But today, you know, when you're on camera, you just do the things that work. And that's for all hooping whenever you're hooping, if you're standing in front of it, it makes it so much easier. So now we have this all hooped in here and it is ready to go. So we're gonna bring it over to my machine here and I'm gonna put this on so that way we can load up our embroidery design. Now, if you had, so I flipped myself all the way around to spin on my chair. These rolling chairs are amazing. If sometimes you might know what you already want to do, and in that moment, you could also add some markings on your towel. So if you knew that you really wanted it to hit a certain spot, you could put a piece of tape there. You could use one of those friction pens to put a little mark that will then iron away. For today's purpose, I'm pretty happy to let it, we're just gonna put it sort of in that middle section because the only thing we really have happening on this towel right now is that bottom line. So it's gonna be pretty easy to line up. But if you had something more advanced, now would be the time to mark that towel ahead of time so that way you knew where you wanted it. Okay, so I'm gonna go here to the machine, get myself situated here so you can see the screen here. This is just the opening screen of this machine. This machine is sewing embroidery, and then it also has the IQ designer that allows you to create a lot of cool different pattern combinations. But we are just gonna go to embroidery. And there's lots of cool built-in designs. So today I'm going to use built-in designs that are built into my machine because many machines have some holiday things built into them already. And that's part of what makes it so easy. And then in a little bit, I'm going to show you some really cool different OESD designs that are new for the month of November that are all holiday based. And so just to give you a little inspiration. So here we go to celebrate here, and you can see there's lots of fun different designs, holiday things built in. You can just scroll down to sort of see the different designs. I'm going to select that poinsettia, and you can see here right what the design looks like. You can see how long it's going to take, right? The green's 4 minutes, the red's 18, the little center there of the yellow is 1 minute, shows you the colors. I think this looks good. I'm going to go to set, and maybe I already know, since I've already done this once, I do want to size it down. So you can see if you back in this edit screen that there's tons of different things you can do to play with this design. I could rotate it, I could move it, I could mirror image it, lots of good stuff. But for now, we're going to go to size, and I am just going to smush it as small as it lets me go because I know that since I'm doing a towel that is going to fold into those thirds, that this is going to fit a little bit better. And then I'm going to go, okay. And then if I wanted to, I could also add some lettering. So I'm going to hit add. I love the add feature with embroidery because you can go in and you can add all sorts of different things. You can see your hoop size there. And you just can play a little bit. So maybe we wanted to say happy holidays or Merry Christmas or ho, 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 or whatever we wanted to say. And you can see this machine has tons and tons of beautiful, I can scroll down here, beautiful built-in embroidery fonts. So I think for this one here, we'll just grab just a simple block font for now. And maybe we just want to say, I find my H here. So that looks pretty big. I probably want maybe more of the medium size. Then I'll go to lowercase, and I'm just going to type in here, happy. And then maybe I want to put it around my poinsettia. So I'm going to go set, and then I'm going to go to edit here on my lettering. And I can move it if I want. I can just drag it up if I want to move it that way. I could rotate it. I could copy and paste it with that button. You can do all sorts of different manipulations right here on the screen, which is really helpful. And then I think I'm also going to go add some more lettering here. We'll grab that same font, and we know we want it the same size as last time. So maybe I'm going to say Happy Holiday, and I'm going to use that in the medium size again. And maybe we'll make it all uppercase just for the fun of it. And let's go grab an exclamation point. And I think this time I'm going to array that. And you can see here with arraying, I can have it be straight like how I left happy, or I can have it curved. So I could curve it a lot, curve it a little bit, really however I want. I can also flatten it out a little bit. So maybe I want it a little tighter that way, or a little bit straighter. And I'm like, okay, great, I love that. Now I go to set here, and I can move this down here. And so I have added my lettering in, and maybe I love this, and I'm like, this is perfect, this is exactly what I want, I'm ready to embroider. Or you could always choose to say, you know what, I don't love it, and you could play with it again. But if, let's say, we wanted to now embroider this onto the towel, we'll just go to embroidery, and you can see it is all here. So now what I need to do is I'm going to go over here, and we are going to look more at the machine itself right here. Let's see, we got it on the screen there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my machine, and actually I think we'll flip back here maybe to that camera so you can sort of see which screen, where I went. Let's see here. There we go. So where I went down here is this button here. I can do two things. One, I can trace where my design is and do a full trace all the way around where the design, where it goes. But I can also go in and see where my needle is going to be at any point of the design with these 4, or actually what is it, 8 boxes here. So if I wanted to know where the bottom point of my design is, I would select this one. Or if I wanted to know what the far side to the left is or far side to the right. And so I'm going to use that to then, when I go back here to look at where the actual bottom part of my design is, which is right here, I think that's maybe a little too high up. So I'm going to know that I want to move. I'm going to go to layout here and to move, and I want to move everything down. And what's great about when I do it right now is it's moving my entire, all 3 of those designs. I just can put them together and it's moving them all down, which is really slick because it just makes it super easy. So we're just going to bring it all down here. And maybe I'm like, this is exactly where I want it. I say okay, and then we could begin sewing. So I'm going to put on some new thread here because the first color here is red. And actually it's green. My machine shows me that right here. On the side it's showing that it's green and then red. So I'm going to put my green on here. We're not going to embroider this all out, but I just want to show you how easy it is to get started. I am going to put the topper on it. My team's making sure I'm not forgetting. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this machine has an amazing needle threader. I just threaded it to there, and then I hit this dude. Oops, not my needle down. I hit my needle threader, which is this one right here. And then it threads the eye of the needle for you. Let me just fix it here. Since I had pulled that needle down, it wasn't in its spot. Here, let me show you again. There we go. It threads that eye of the needle for you, which is super awesome. And so the other thing that you need when you are doing towels is you need this topper. There are 2 types of topper that I like to use. This one is a water-soluble topper. The other topper that I like to use is a heat and gone topper. They're both made by Floriani, and these toppers are great because this is really the key for not having those embroidery designs get lost into that weave of the towel, because this is going to hold all the embroidery designs on top instead of it getting snugged in. So this is true for any time if you're working on polar fleece, if you're working on anything that has sort of a lot of nap, or it has, it's just sort of fluffy. If you put a topper on top, it's going to bring your embroidery design to the top. I'm sure many of you have had that experience where you embroider something and you feel like it's sort of lost. And if it's lost a lot, you could actually use 2 layers of this. The one thing about stabilizer is sometimes if your design is really dense and your fabrics are really light, sometimes you have to offset for that with stabilizer. And that's why, generally it's recommended that you test things. I honestly don't test things a lot. I just sort of go for it. If it works, awesome. And then if it doesn't, I will just try again with a couple of modifications. But this sort of hooping system with the that perfect stick tearaway on the bottom and then a topper on top is really pretty fail-safe for working on towels. So then I would put this right here, and if I wanted to, I could tape down the edges of my topper, but I think it's just good to go. I'm going to lower my presser foot, and my machine is so smart. It's telling me my hoop is not all the way on. It is now, but see, I love these new machines. They just tell you when you accidentally mess up. So you just hit start here, and then it is going to go here, and it is, you can see on my screen where it's actually stitching. It's doing the leaf here. Oh, I hit my screen. And it's going to do all of the green leaf here on that poinsettia. And then this design, what will happen, of course, is it will do all of the green and then stop, and I'll put a new color on all of the red, the yellow, and then it will do the lettering at the very end. So because of time, we are not going to sit and watch it embroider, even though that is really fun. So I'm going to stop it here so that way you can still hear me. And you can see once the towel is all done, what you're going to do when it's finished embroidering, you're just going to basically sort of just tear it off because it's tearaway stabilizer down below there. And then you have your towel like this. And then this topper, you just tear off the topper. And almost all of these toppers are tearaway to start with. And then what I do love about, the water soluble topper or the heat and gone topper is you can barely even tell it's there. So now if I wanted to spritz this with a little bit of water, I could, and it would take out the rest of it. Or if it was the heat and gone, you would just lightly throw an iron over the top and it would take out the rest of the bits. But then you can see here, if I was getting this actually ready for hanging in my bathroom or something, you can see how this is really cute, and it adds, and there's some thread. I don't know about you, but you guys just have thread all over yourselves. I always do when I'm in the sewing room, so much thread everywhere. And then you have this really cute towel that is ready to go. So let me show you a couple other fun holiday things. If you're just looking for some holiday inspiration, we're gonna go over here, clean up my garbage a little bit here, because there's a lot of it from that. But here is another towel that is really fun. This is Santa's Little Helper. These are a whole bunch of really cute designs that are from OESD, and these are new. And I think that the actual name of that one is called, Retro Christmas Ladies. So we have Retro Christmas Ladies, and they're all super adorable. And Santa's Little Helper is what that text, of course, says. We also have these cute polar, little different polar animals here. We've got penguins and polar bears, and that one's called Polar Attitude, also new from OESD. And I love these. They're just fun. What I love about this is the whole variety here, right? You can do all sorts of different things on towels, whether it be something sort of retro-y, with lettering, without. You have the animals, all sorts of different fun things. And then here is this another fun thing that is new from OESD. You can sort of, maybe I'll hold it that way. These are all of these different holiday cards that you do on your machine. There's a little bit of glare there from the sort of packaged to keep them clean as we show them out on the floor. And this guy is called Shimmering Holiday Cards. And then I'm not sure if I'll pull this guy down too so you can see him. This is a fun freestanding lace that is the little gingerbread guy. And I love how this spins. OESD has so many fun freestanding lace projects as well. And then I don't know if you noticed on the backdrop, when we go wide again, you can probably see in the back there, maybe not, it's really, let's see, she's gonna zoom up with the camera here. So you can maybe sort of see it on that corner there. That one is called the Holiday Paws. Santa's Helpers, I think, or something. Holiday Paws, that's what it is. But it's a whole bunch of critters. So it's dogs and cats, all in holiday settings, which is also sort of fun and could be super fun to put on a towel or really on anything. So there's tons of fun ways that you can be inspired to make a quick holiday project. What I love about embroidering on towels is it's fast, because I don't know about you, but back in like September or something, I have these big visions of all the things I'm gonna get done. And like that doesn't always happen. And here we are in early December and doing something like some quick holiday towels or quick greeting cards are fast and easy, and they're a great way to spread a little holiday cheer. So I hope that you learned something new. Please, by all means, post if you have any questions or comments, because we do always pay attention to those comments, even if you don't watch us live, and we will answer any of the questions that you have. And then all of the OESD designs that I just spoke about are getting added to my website momentarily, so they should be up there very shortly. And then they also are in our different store locations as well. So have happy holidays, and hopefully this inspires you to make a quick little holiday towel for yourself or as a fun gift.